Yep, right. I've just arrived in darkness. We're rapidly heading towards the shortest day of the year here in the UK. It's almost into December now, 2023. Bit of a change of scene, man. I'm actually down on the south coast of England at a place called Door Holiday Park. Just up there is the, not that you can see it, is the famous Door itself. And yeah, I'm in pod 3 for 3 nights. Long and short of it, I was looking at places to stay on the south coast in the Berlingo. Gravel pitch at another site in Dorset was 99 quid for 3 nights, including the electric. This was 65 quid for 3 nights for a whole pod. So I feel a bit of a sellout not using the Berlingo as a camper, but yeah, you can get a pod for 65 and a gravel pitch for 95. So there we are. So I'll show you inside, and then I'm going to try and get it cozy, because I like getting, me and my missus, we like to turn anywhere we stay into a little bit of a home from home. I think it's good for morale, general well-being, etc. I know some people just chuck a sleeping bag down, chuck their kit on the floor, stay here for 3 nights, but I will set this up quite nicely. And there we go. Anyway, let's have a look around in here. Bulkhead light, curtains, small window, couple of detectors, carbon monoxide, smoke detector and a disused detector by the look of it. Another bulkhead light, some curtains, small heater. I'm going to need it because it's going down to sub-zero temperatures this week. Fire extinguisher. This side, double socket, some rules and regs, handy coat hook, single bed, double bed, and a bit of a stain of some description there. Not too sure what that is, but I got a good under blanket. You can rent laundry. I believe you can get a laundry pack or a bedding pack. But I have everything I need, so I don't need such a thing. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Yeah, probably. Like, I've got my induction hob basically, so I don't need to use gas inside, which is advisable. So I'm going to set up a bit of a cooking station there, a bit of an entertainment connection there. I'll get some internet going with my Wi-Fi, and get this one cozy. We'll get it cozy. So anyway, that's going to be my home for the next 3 nights, and I'm going to do a load of walking along the fantastic coastal path that exists pretty much all round everywhere in the certainly in England. Like, virtually, I could walk from home, I think, to here without leaving the coastal path. That may be BS, but I do believe it to be true. Anyway, outside, I'll show you properly in the daytime. Nice little picnic table, bulkhead light there to welcome you home after a long day's walking. A handy coat hook there for your overcoat, etc. Nice bit of deck in here as well. And a storage box for your boots, which is pretty much exactly what I wanted. I could have, for a few more quid, 85 for 3 nights instead of 65 for 3 nights, have the Shepherd's Hut, which got a bloody TV and everything in it. But I'm here to walk, and bit too posh for me this time. Ideal for a couple, great for everything else. I'm here to walk, so I'll be coming back in muddy boots, and I can just slip out of them when I'm out on this bit of decking. So there we are, right. Follow me on my journey over the next few days, if you so wish. Right, so I've worked out I'm going to do this now. This is going to be, like I say, the cooking station. So I've run out an electric extension cable, extension lead. Probably not what they intended. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 way off of that. Individually switched, which is recommended by me. Off of that, I've got an extension lead round the back of the Thetford porta potty, round to another extension lead there. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to sleep with my head this end on the double bed, okay, and that will give me charging facilities for, say, a tablet and my phone right next to my, a bit like a bedside table, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's just a load of crap storage, and that's the way it's going to be, actually. I'm going to use that for, like, storage stuff. And then what I'm going to do is set up a cooking station of some description here. And a few other bits and pieces, maybe a little computer area. And yeah, should be nice, should be nice. Then I'll make up my bed. Got a nice big military blanket there. I've got a big felt one in the car. I've yet to decide which one to deploy. But I've also got, this time, a couple of other measures that I will show you shortly on tackling the cold, because it is cold. I don't know if that heater is going to be man enough to cope with some of the temperatures we are expecting this week. Anyway, I better crack on, because I haven't had any grub. Getting there, getting there. Right, bed's made up. I put 2 layers of blankets underneath that and the bare mattress. I'm using the thin summer sleeping bag that I've got for like a very thin duvet. If that's not enough, I'll make up the bed in a little bit more. That travel blanket, I'll probably use that just to cover my legs up or something. Should I sit outside or sit up to the what I propose to be my little IT station? Now, what will make all the difference, I think, is this low power, low energy heated throw. Okay, so I'll chuck that across the top of the bed, and I reckon that'll keep me toasty warm. I don't know how many watts it uses. My guess is on low about 15, maybe 25 watts. So next to nothing. So there we go. Anyway, other setup bits and bobs. In the corner is the Thetford. I shall only use that for wee and not big jobs, so to speak, unless there is a desperate emergency. Just place that there. I've got my little 600 odd watt radiator down there as well. I have got a bigger fan heater, but I don't want to blow the electrics. That one is literally just 600 watts. So that's that. Right, let's move around to the other thing as well. And I will actually try this on one of my vlogs. So watch out for my vlogs if you want to see me looking even more ridiculous than usual. It's one of these, I can't remember what they call them. You put them on, you end up looking like, I don't know, a teddy bear or Mr. Snuffleupagus or something like that. So I should be trying that on in one of my vlogs. Incredibly warm though, needs must, and I'm not going out in it. So I don't really care what I look like. Anyway, swinging round to the kitchen. What I've got up there is a little cooking station there. Now I've got my induction hob and a nice thick crock pot. Let me move you up there a bit so you can see it a bit better. Okay. Nice thick crock pot. I've got some, I've used it before, a so-called induction suitable. They're really thin pans and they cause an error on here. So I'm pretty sure that won't cause an error. that nice thick crock pot. I've got my little one-person slow cooker there, so I should be using that in a week, and a travel kettle. Underneath that little station there, I've got a few bits and pieces. Then I've got the rest of my bits and bobs in there. I'm unlikely to use much of it, so I think that'll be a pretty good preparation area. And then on the end there, I've got my lightweight stuff that I usually use for cooking in the Berlingo, and cleaning stuff behind that. So that's done. I'll swing you around, I'll show you what's what on the other side, and then I'm going to try and roll out some IT basically. Okay, there's my little bedside cabinet affair there. That's charging leads. Now that is going to be like a little workstation. I've got my fold-up chair. I can sit up to that and tap away on the old Chromebook. And then all the rest is just storage for clothes and things. Underneath the beds, I've got a bag under there for dirty laundry, and a little bit of non-perishable food storage under the bed on the other side. So that's pretty much where the setup is at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to get that throw going, and then I'm going to get the IT going. Okay, without too much fiddling around, I've got 8.5 megabits per second up on the internet connection. That'll do me. As long as I can get over 5 for just me, I'm absolutely happy. If there's 2 of us, then I would aim to get over 10 megabits per second, really. And that'll let us watch YouTube on, say, 1080 30 or 720 30. And on screens this size, iPads and the rest of it, that's absolutely fine. I don't need 4K or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't know why some people seem to need a gigabit per second on a hotel room or a holiday cottage connection, but each to their own, I guess, if they're doing a lot of streaming and all that type of thing, gaming. But for us, it's mainly just watching some videos, maybe a bit of the old TV streaming, radio streaming, that type of thing. That will be absolutely fine. I could have probably mucked about with the Wi-Fi big time, Mi-Fi position, but I found it, cut the positions, worked just as well as anything, just placed on top of the little distribution board, which is near the power, so easy to deploy, easy to deploy. So yeah, that should do us. So you've got the Wi-Fi, that's connected to the internet through a Smarty SIM, unlimited data, and I have a Raspberry Pi connecting to that wirelessly, and so that's running Pi-hole DNS. That cuts out a few of the adverts, and also on the Raspberry Pi, I've got a thing called DHCP running, which is dishing out the IP addresses and dishing out the server address for the DNS. So yeah, that's it. That's it. So this is my little workstation for the Chromebook. I'll bring my fold-up chair in. I can eat up to that as well, actually. That'd be all right. And yeah, we're good to go. A few emails to check tonight, a few comments to answer, so that will be tickety-boo. My throw's warming up nicely, I hope. Yep, so that's all working. So I'm going to get some grub on soon, see what I've got, try and knock something together. Time's getting on, it's 7:15 now, so time to eat and kick back for the evening. Oh. Morning everyone. Right, it's 29th of November 2023. First full day here. Had a pretty decent night last night with the heated throw. Just on top of the summer sleeping bag that's been opened up like a duvet. Absolutely fine. I turned their heater off last night. Just had my little 700 watt down there. 600 or 700 watts, I can't remember. And I was absolutely fine. And it was really cold last night because it was really clear. I went out for a walk. It was definitely below freezing. Looking out to sea, the lights of Portland, absolutely crystal clear. Superb views when it's really icy. But yeah, if I'm walking on the hills today, I'm going to get some wind chill. So what I'm going to do is have a bit of a. I've had a bit of a tidy up. I'll have a bit of a wash, and then do a bit of lunch, layer up for the walk. Multiple layers, the way I do it. Lots of thinner layers, and you can take stuff off if you're too hot, put stuff on if you're too cold. But particularly, I use this just standard issue old military trousers, great walking trousers, but they can get a little bit ropey as far as wind chill's concerned. So I know it looks a bit daft, but I even wear them to bed like long john type things. These are actually slap my thigh like they do in the pantomimes at Christmas. Really good actually. Great for cold conditions, and for the wind chill, brilliant. So got those trousers on top, and I've got waterproofs that I can get into in the backpack as well. So that's that. Washing wise, I tend, well certainly this time of year, when it's shower block is a couple of 100 meters away, I guess, pretty chilly, especially if it's sort of 0 temperatures to do the run there and back. So I don't really like sort of communal stuff anyway. So I tend to use these, what we call festival wipes. It's like a massive wet wipe, and it's slightly scented, and it's impregnated with moisturiser as well. So really good clean, just as good as having a shower. And yeah, they're so good actually. I actually rip them in half. So there's 2 per pack. You can usually see these in the shops around about sort of festival time, early summer, and yeah, they're really good. So 2 in there, I'll get 4 goes with that. If things get really sort of back of the car desperate type thing, I would do probably what you would call a pits and bits clean. So it's the pits and the bits. Couple of days without washing the rest of it is not going to kill anyone, but to keep off sort of infections and anything nasty like that, pits and bits is the way to go if you don't have the facilities to do a top to bottom. So there we go. So yeah, everything was good last night. The electric what is it, fluffy throw, that was really good, and that was on top of the thin summer sleeping bag, and that was more than good enough for me. So I kept that little radiator, I think it's about 600 or 700 watts, didn't even need their heater, so pretty good considering it was 0 or below 0 outside. Anyway, I've had a couple of cups of coffee, and I'm going to do some lunch, sort out a few things, and dress up, layer up, and hit the hills. Right, I'm out and about. Right, let's get the lie of the land. There's the hills all the way along the coast of Dorset, heading up towards Hampshire. I guess I might go to see the Isle of Wight if I get to the top of one of those peaks. I think the one in the middle has got some military stuff going on. I can certainly hear the testing of weaponry. That one you see straight in front of you there, the bit of a tit, for want of a better word, on the top. I've been up there a few times for radio. It's actually very, very, very good indeed, despite only being, you know, I know it sounds like I'm in a war zone, but I'm not. It's just military installation down there, doing some testing. Up there is a trig point and what's bound to be, I would have thought, a burial mound. It's only going to be a couple of 100 metres. No, it's not even going to be that, because Golden Cat's only 190, and that's the highest point on the south coast of England for sure. So it's only about 150 metres. But being near the sea, it works really well for radio, very well indeed. So I might make it up there at some point. But this time it's all about walking again, guys. If I don't get fit, I'm going to better get up and do the outdoor radio. Anyway, so that's that way. Then we're looking out to sea, and then round to Portland. I think only the end of it's called Portland Bill. I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert on Portland, but it's like a very thin strip, and it almost disappears. Not quite an island, but pretty damn close. And there's actually quite a lot on that island. There's quite a lot on it. Fully inhabited. So there we go. Anyway, another turnstile to get through. Down over there is the Durdle Door archway itself. I was going to call it a sea stack, but we'll call it a sea stack when the arch collapses. Down over there, there's another path I'll probably take. I'll probably end up taking it now, actually. I got to drop right down over there, up over that, down again, because I'm heading for those sort of slightly off-white cliffs up there. That's my intended destination for today. There looks like some sort of monument up there as well, so I want to get up there. That's the plan. Now, weather is actually, it's usually warmer down here anyway, apart from when it's windy. And when it gets windy, it gets bloody windy. But today it's not too bad. I've made the decision really only to bring my lightweight recce pack, because I want to keep the old paces per minute up a little bit today to help burn off the calories, the fat. So even that though, I'll show you that later on. Even that's got enough in there to see me right should something go wrong. Anyway, I'm going to toddle on and explore further. But as you can see, this is one of the beauties. We haven't got the biggest mountains, the best of anything really, although this Jurassic Coast is listed as World Heritage, I believe. But it's the compactness of it. Now, I'm 2 hours and 3 minutes from home here, and I was 2 hours on the spot away from Mid Wales. So at one moment, one week I'm up the glorious countryside of Mid Wales, and the next week I'm down on the Jurassic Coast of Dorset, England. So a lot of variety in a small space, and I can get to big cities as well if that was my thing. So yeah, only problem really, I do like coming out of season because there's hardly anybody here. If you come here anything like peak season, it's packed. Durdle Door is usually packed. Not my thing at all. But yeah, there's a lot of people in a small space here, and when it's peak season, it certainly shows. Anyway, nice bit of light shining across there from the partly grinning through sun, and there we go. Right, let's get on with this. All right, decision time. It's actually called Scratchy Bottom, that is. Pretty much know nothing. And a lot of danger. There we go. Anyway, I got a choice. That is steeper, no doubt, than it looks on camera. That's very steep. Or I can do the longer, I suppose you could call it chicken route up there. I tell you what, I'm going to go for the steep one, guys. I'm going to do it. Let's test myself without being silly. Coastal path, no doubt, would have been closer to the edge originally, but no doubt erosion has seen that coastal path either fall into the sea or get very close to falling in the sea, or actually has fallen into the sea. So there's a bit of an inland one there, along by that fence. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to be silly. I'll do, say, 15, 20, 25 paces, stop, so on and so on. Before you know it, you've made it to the top, hopefully without having a cardiac arrest. Righto, about halfway up that hill now. I have to say it's not too bad at all. I'm rather pleased. Don't want to tempt fate, it's a fair way to go yet. Durdle door there, not from its best angle, but down on the beach is quite a nice feature. But yeah, not probably won't go down there today. Been there a few times. So I come down over that way. That's that point there where the track forks up there. I think I'll come back that way because this is steep and it's going to be absolute swine on my knees. Going up is sometimes, or more often than not, easier than coming down for me. So that's the plan. Anyway, coming to the steepest bit now, but I don't really envisage any problems, which is fantastic. This time I reckon I'm going to go through this gate and follow that path up through this sort of valley stroke bowl of terrain. I've walked up there, or just like it, so no need to walk up something like that again. I don't know, I might go up there and come back that way, but I'd like to get to the top, see if I can find that church. Here's another little feature without going too close to the edge, which is just there. There's an archway there, look, in the cliffs. Nice clear blue sea down in this area too. There's Durdle Door up there. Quite a few people on the beach. And there we go. Little sea stack there. Let's see what will happen going by my school days. That will get bigger and bigger, that arch, until it starts looking like another little Durdle Door. And then the arch will collapse into the sea and you'll end up with a sea stack. But that'll be many, many thousands of years, I suspect. But there we go, it's very enjoyable. So I wouldn't want to fall off there for a start. Looks like there's a lookout point up there. Very close to the edge. Not sure I'd want to go to that, to be honest, but anyhow, let's toddle on. Righto, my last major challenge of the day is going to be that. I don't know what that thing is on the top of there, but there seems to be a few of them, so perhaps it's just an electricity pylon or something. I'll only get as far as that, and then I'll be able to survey further on the coast should I wish to do a longer walk, maybe tomorrow in this direction. So there we are. I'm going to give that a crack, and then I'll turn back for tonight, and no doubt it'll be pretty much darkness before I get back to the campsite. Okay, I found one of those things. I think there's another one, or maybe two. Now I thought it may be some sort of church from a big long distance away, but it's not. Then I started thinking, oh, perhaps it's coastal lighting to guide the military in, because there is some lighting up there on the firing range. But no, it just looks like it goes to a spike. It looks World War II-ish era. My guess is still some sort of triangulation going on. It does look the same sort of era as the trig points themselves. So maybe it's just a massive trig point because they needed extra height in order to achieve the line of sight for the triangulation. My guess is as good as yours unless you know for certain what it is. Anyway, that's as far as I'm going to go today. I've walked so far, I may as well walk to Portland to be closer. But campsite is in the opposite direction. I don't want to be too late back. So there's one rather dodgy bit of climb there towards the end. Quite easy to go the wrong way and roll down into the sea. But as long as I get through that, hopefully before it gets dark, the rest is just follow. If there's a choice of two paths, I will take the more inland one. and I will find my way back to the campsite even if it's pitch black. I got a nice head torch, got a backup head torch, so yeah, can't really go wrong. Anyway, I better get a wriggle on because it's going to be arduous. Coastal walking is every bit as difficult, at least on this type of coast, as hill walking, mountain walking. It's up and down on this coastline. That's why I came here. It's relentless. Up and down until you finally get to your destination. And I'm a good number of hills away. 1, 2, 3 peaks back is just at the top of the site. So yeah, could be fun. Could be fun. All right, it's probably my last check-in before I get back to the cabin. I just got that hill to go over, and the site is over there. I did come inland from the coastal path, as I suspected. A couple of the hills that I went up, I didn't fancy going down with my knees, so I picked up that path, what I called the chicken path earlier on. But it's no easier, to be honest, because to pick up these paths you've got to walk through a lot of long grass, and those that know that that's not easy stuff to walk through. So I'm just about to pick up that path by the look of it just there. Head down to, I think he called it Scratchy Bottom or something. Muddy, bit, yeah, bottom of a hill. Very muddy. And then I'll pick up that track you see slightly inland. And that should, I can see the gate up there. And then I'm done really. Just got to walk back through the car park and I'm back home, so to speak. So I'm going to crack on, because I really am getting a bit hungry. There's the cows that I saw on the way, so all is good. Looking down on Durdle Door, and yeah, I think by the time I get back it'll be 3.5 hours of pretty hard coastal walking. Okay, that's done. So that is perfect for the weather today. It's now well below zero. It's gone absolutely ice cold outside. So to come back from a long walk to something like this, it's basically a Japanese stew. I believe they call it sukiyaki. And really it's just a bunch of leftovers. Yesterday was some pieces of pork was left over from something. They went in there. I believe that's pak choy. Anything to do, cabbage, anything like that, chuck it in. Bacon, anything, chuck it in. I've done this thing with pork balls in the past, chuck it in. Mushrooms, some onion, all that type of thing. This is the second sort of phase of it, really. Yesterday I kept the broth because I knew that would be full of flavour, and I've just redone one there. So yeah, let's see what else I put in there. Forgive me if I left anything out. All that is in there really is it's Knorr powder. It's basically OXO cube, you know what I mean? The sauce is chili and garlic. You can actually get a proper sukiyaki sauce, but I find this actually tastes pretty much the same, if not better. So there we go. So yeah, there's a bit of some leeks in there. I can't remember what that coriander, I think that was in there. My missus made the bag of bits and pieces up. The veg and everything was pre-washed. So yeah, just chuck anything in there as you want, really. Now what you can do towards the end is put in some udon noodles. Udon noodles go very well with that, but I haven't got any of those, and that's a pretty decent portion anyway. So there we are. That's my grub, having walked the hills today, and with temperatures, like I say, well below freezing. That is simple, cheap and perfect. Now the pork was actually left over from a joint of pork we had, and it ended up in, we don't like food waste, so that ended up in the freezer. So that's gone in. A little bit tough, so I did have to give it half an hour in there. But other times you can get away with sort of 15-20 minutes start to finish. Okay, I'm going to enjoy that now, and might add a beer or something to it. That seems rather... Yes, that's all I can say to that is yes. Righto, it is the 30th of November, and a lot different weather than yesterday. Yesterday was quite, well, at times it was almost too hot. But this time visibility over towards Portland there isn't great. Durdle Door itself is down there. Still a few people walking down there now. I've been down there quite a few times, so I don't know if I need to bother to go down there again this time. A little bit of sleet and snow coming down. That's the direction I walked in yesterday, and that was one hell of a walk. I'm out late today. I've actually booked an extra couple of days here. So tomorrow's supposed to be -3°C, but dry. So that'll be a nicer day to do some walking, views and etc. This is this weather's nothing really. There's nothing too bad about it. A little bit windy. I got loads of layers on basically, just like I was on about in a previous clip in this video. So I'm going to carry on up to that hill with the well, the only way I say I can describe it, it's got a tit on the top and a trig point. So I'm going to go up there first and see what's what. Right, wind chill here, savage. I'm so glad I got a beard. Really pleased I got a beard. A woolly hat, and I've actually got a full face balaclava in my my backpack. I'm still only taking the recce bag because I'm looking for mobility, but I've got a fair bit of emergency stuff in there. Anyway, I'll probably go down that way tomorrow. That's Lulworth Cove down there. That's quite a juicy looking hill there, and there's an even juicier one beyond that. But I know there's something military on top of there. I can see the lights at night, so I don't know if you're allowed to go up there. Looks pretty savage, that one. I'll have to investigate if there is actually a route up that one in the foreground. Otherwise, it's a nice little town to visit. There's a fair old drag. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go down there now to that first bit. Yeah, that's nothing. I'm going to go down to there, otherwise it's not worth coming out to walk. Then I'm going to call into the tit hill on the way back. Right, I've made it to a lookout, which would have previously been out there a little bit, but obviously coastal erosion has put a stop to that. Yeah, there's plenty of rocks at the bottom of those cliffs and the bottom of this one here. So yeah. Anyway, there's Lulworth Cove. A few hardy souls down there on the beach there, and that's that hill I'd really like to get up to at some point. Looking over there, there's a red flag flying, so that might mean no go due to the military. It's quieting down now, but there's been a lot of military training testing going on from fairly early this morning. There's a couple of lights there that I can see from the cabin, so there's something military up there for sure. That might be some livestock I can see on the top of that hill. That hill might be doable, but I'll have to research it. But nice little village down there. There's a few things open, but I'm just going to investigate that there. It's closed off there, but it looks like the coastal path is still open. I don't really want to bother to go down by the water's edge, but there we go. Okay, I've come down a bit lower down. That's where I was to just now. They're braver than me, but they're quite thin, so probably a lot less wind resistance than I've got. But to say I've become much more risk averse as I get older. And then there's the cove itself. So all very good. There's probably a way to get up those hills if I was to walk around the beach. And up there, it'd be quite easy. But say there's a red flag up there, so that's military. Anyway, I'm going to go down there because that's where the little fish shop used to be. Ain't going to be open today, not open now. And then circle back round and take me pick on what route to take up there. We shall see. Right, so I was feeling a little bit short-changed as far as effort was concerned, so I decided to come up the side of the hill as opposed to come up the cobblestone path. And yeah, steep, but one, it'd take me up to Tit Hill, and two, it's better exercise. Three, I'm less likely to see anybody come the other way. And I don't know what four is, but I'm sure there is a four of some description. Okay, onwards and upwards. Okay, I've come up a long way. That's steep, that is, I tell you. Up the top of the hill I was hoping to get to, again, it's a red flag up there, look. So it looks like that's no go, because that's where all the noise is coming from the military. So I don't think it's going to be this visit. Anyway, nice little town. I shall wave goodbye to that now. And we can see the place where I was to over there, look. Anyway, I haven't got long to go now. What I'm doing is 20 steps, stop. Let my, I must admit my heart rate is pretty good. But I'm not going to push it. The time I take to recover is excellent. So 20 steps, stop. 20 steps, stop. Right, I'm on the top of Tit Hill now. The walk up was savage. I can't help the wind noise. It's dreadful. Dreadful conditions up here at the moment. Never mind. That way is Dirt Lore and the walk I did yesterday. There's the campsite. I think that's my pod light I can see on there. There's the trig point. So here I am. Well, on the top is Portland. Portland over there. Lulworth over there. Job to stand up. Wind direction. Wind direction is abnormal. It's coming from the north, and when the north wind doth blow, we shall surely have snow. But not much here on the south coast, but there has been some around the country. Wind chill is horrendous up here. I may even need to consider to put on some gloves at this rate, heavens above. But usually the wind will come in from the sea in this way. This direction is bad. There's a good chance if you're too close to the edge it'll blow you into the sea off the cliffs. It's better when it's blowing the other way, so it'll blow you inland. This is terrible. Anyway, I think it's time to plan a route back down to the campsite. Right, I'm back down at the campsite now. Well out of the wind here. It's very well protected actually. Not too much of that northerly wind coming in. And I've been here when it's been quite stormy with the prevailing wind coming from the sea. And it's very well protected there too. Compared with up on the top of that hill along the coast. Very much so. Anyway, over in that direction, I don't know if I did a video on it or not, I can't remember. We stayed in one of the shepherd's huts, which was jolly nice. Thoroughly recommended for a step up in luxury. And great for a couple. There's a TV and very nice inside, very nice inside. I might take you over there actually and show you those. There's a couple more camping pods over there. Nicely tucked away actually. And then you've got the 4 camping pods here. This is camping pod number 4. So you've got a nice picnic bench outside, nice little made up gravel area as well. I'm the only one in any of these things. I don't know if they're all the same inside or not, I don't know. So there's mine there. I leave the light on because it's a nice homecoming and it gives you somewhere to head for, because it can get very dark. There's a little bit of street lighting, but it can get very dark. So there we are. 4 camping pods down this side. And there's the water there, water point there, which is great. So ablutions block is just up there through a lane, shop, pub down there, and then the sort of caravan site main over there. And let me just pop you around a second, see if I can get along towards those shepherd's huts and show you those. I've got the facilities there. There's laundry, chemical disposal, men and female toilet stroke showers. They've got a few of these sort of, they call them skylight cabins as well in the woods. There's sort of camping up there. Car and a tent type camping. So that's quite nice as well. And yeah, it's not far from the pods, they're just over there. I'll try and go down now towards the shepherd's huts. Right, apologies, it's getting very dark. Here's pod 5 and 6. I can't even see which is which, it's so dark. That's pod 5. Nice little cul-de-sac actually. Pod 6. I quite like these little pods up here. And there's the shepherd's hut. There's a few shepherd's huts. And they are very nice inside actually. Like I said. Big TV up on the wall, sofa. No kitchen as such in there, but sockets and all the rest of it. I don't know if they had as many as this last time we came. They've got 4 down there now. I'm pretty sure it was this one we stayed in actually. It's very nice for a couple. Very nice. I'll see if I can dig out some photos. But yeah, they're about 80. I paid £65 for 3 nights. These were only 85. But I preferred the camping pod this time because I wanted to take my boots off and stuff outside in the little porch area. So there we go. Lie of the land. There's that ablutions block. And I'm just over there in the camping pod. Right, it's getting very dark now, so it's a waste of time doing any more video. Let's get back to the pod. Sort myself out and wait for that slow cooker jobby to be ready. You see, it's nice to come home to somewhere that you've made a little bit homely rather than something that's bare and stark. So I'm really looking forward to having a whiff, a wee whiff of that slow cook. Let's have a go, shall we? I won't go in properly because I've got to take my boots off. Oh, the aroma's not strong. Reach around to the light. Yeah, it's bubbling away nice, guys. So, yeah, I am home. Right, let's get changed and let's get settled in for the evening. And that bed looks inviting for a quick nap before tea. Okay, after walking and all the rest of it today, and it's cold and it's horrible, and I just want to settle down with a beer or two. I'm keeping my oxtail, slow cooked oxtail, quite simple. All I'm going to do is boil in the bag rice with it, and my oxtail, and perhaps a little drizzle of some of the juice. I don't have a lot of the juice out there because it will give me indigestion, because the oxtail is quite fatty. When you've got lean meat, the actual broth, the juice is fine, but the oxtail is fatty, so maybe just a little bit, just to go with the rice, something like that anyway. But that's all I'm going to do. It's going to be really simple. The main event is the oxtail. The rice really is just a filler. Simple boil in the bag. That's it. That's it. It's got to be kept simple. So let's go. Let's go. I don't want to put this induction hob up too high, because I don't want. I'm a bit scared I'm going to blow the electrics. So I don't know what the rating of the supply is into these cabins, but I'm happy to go up to 1200 watts. So I'm going to bring that water to a boil, drop in the bag of rice for 10-12 minutes, by which time that will be done. Let's drop that back to low. In fact, it should be done already. It's I did come back and have a bit of a kip after the walk, so that's going to be done. That's been in for 6.5 hours now. Mm. Mm. Right, so folks, plan for today, I think, now that is where I went up the other day. I didn't find it too bad. It looks savage, and it is, but I didn't find it too bad. But I looked over the edge when I was coming back, and I thought my knees ain't going to do that, so I did go around a country route. I think this time I may take what I thought was a chicken route. It's actually not that easy, but I couldn't actually find that exact path last time, so I might go up there and waypoint it. It'll be no easier than going up there. Not so steep, but more sustained. I'll try that one. Just over the top of that, it's actually just gone into the clouds, was another one of those sort of pointed, oh no, no, it's there straight ahead, one of those sort of pointed trig point things. So yeah, I'll have to find out what they are. But lovely, lovely really. So the plan is I'm going to get to the top, get as far as I can in an hour, and then come back again, and then head along that fence line, which will take me down to Door itself, and then up to the campsite that way. That is the plan, and hey ho, let's see how we get on with it. Stop to get me breath. Right, I've taken what I called the chicken path. There's a few too many people coming down that other one, and you know what I'm like. Anyway, I went up there the other day, it wasn't too bad. But what I want to do is find out where this path comes out, because I had a job to find it the other night when I was coming back. I want to waypoint where it comes out on the top. Basically, I ended up coming out over the back there. Then I went down to that sort of trough, watering trough, and then I went along there, which is fair enough. But I want to find this one for the return journey, so to speak, because like I said, I'm able to go up these hills, not too bad, but coming back down, that's when it really plays on my knees. So they are getting better now. I'm building up a bit of muscle strength around them, and there's less weight on them. But I looked over the peak of that one and the hill further up last night, and I didn't fancy it. And there's always a chance, being a solo walker, you go ass over tit, and that's it. If I ever fall down, I'll fall down coming down somewhere, not going up. So that's why I'm taking this path, and I'm nearly at the top. So yeah, see where it comes out. I'm actually enjoying this inland walk. I've stuck with it. There's the site over there, there's Tit Hill, and there's Lulworth Cove. Obviously there's a military installation, and then there's another higher point there with a red flag on the other side of Lulworth Cove. Now there's some good walks up there. I've got unfinished business there, but I think you're not allowed to go there during firing times, so I need to keep an eye on the government site to find out some days where I can walk up to some more secluded coves than Lulworth. Anyway, so yeah, amazing what you find there. I found a row of telegraph poles. There's a little DP up there, and there's a cable goes into the ground. So not sure what they're servicing with that. Who knows? Whether that's the incoming wire and it goes off down there, or that's the outgoing wire. To where? What's round here that would want a phone line? Who knows? One of life's mysteries. Anyway, I'm going to carry on, because I would like to sort of drop down onto the coast a bit, and or go back down to the coast at Door and walk up from there before it's completely dark. bit of ice down there. I didn't realise it was that cold. I know the wind's cold, but I didn't realise the ground was as cold as that. Anyway, the fence, or the gate next to this is shackled, closed. So I don't know. Actually, that's beyond the next fence line, so I might be able to get to that yet. I'm not too sure, but yeah, a lot of people, you can see their footsteps go to that gate and then they come along to this one. So I think a lot of people have been trying to do the same thing. So there we are. Something I do find a little bit odd though. Certainly when I'm out in the middle of nowhere and you happen upon people coming the other way. It's amazing these days how they'll just stare at the ground. But I almost feel duty bound to say something, hello or how do or whatever. And I'm always the first to speak. It looks like a lot of people would just look at the ground and not even acknowledge your existence, even in the middle of nowhere like this. I tell you what, that's different than the way it used to be. Very different. Something's changed over the last, I don't know how many years. I don't know. It's not youngsters, it's the older ones more than anything, because you don't really see youngsters walking now. I'm still one of the youngest out walking generally. But I just find it odd that you would pass by someone or a couple of people in the middle of nowhere and not even acknowledge them. They speak back generally when you speak to them. But if I hadn't spoken first, they wouldn't have said anything. I just find that a little bit odd. Back in the grandfather's day, you always used to, even walking along the pavement in the street, if there was a lady coming the other way, you'd take your hat off. That's before my time, but you'd sort of doff your cap, I think the term is. But these days, you could be in the middle of nowhere, and just stare at the ground. I just find it odd. Anyway, maybe I look a nasty bastard. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Anyway, let's trot on. Let's see if I can find that, or a way to get to the bottom of that, whatever it is, thing up there. We'll just happen upon this random thing here. What the hell is that? What on earth is that? It's got quite a nice view. What on earth is that? I wonder if that's been forgotten to time, I think. What on earth that was. That thing is just there. There's a gate down there that's not locked. It looks like it's made for people to walk through. The nearest gate to it is old and locked off. So I'll see if I can get up to that thing. But what on earth is that? Part of something bigger? Stone wall? I don't know. It's odd, isn't it? Very strange. Well, B is another one. There's like another one there too. Oh, and what the hell these are? I reckon there's a stone wall down in there. A lot of effort went into that though, and what it is. I don't know if there's any information on the internet about it. I wonder what that is. One there. One there. Let's go see that one up there. 'Tis a mystery it be. I don't know what these are. It looks like it did form part of a wall. I don't know what those sort of ornaments are inside, but perhaps they used to light a fire in there to signal out to sea. I don't know. Who knows? Certainly visible from sea. I don't know. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, maybe a little bit of mystery solved. There's that one there, look. Trig thing, whatever it is. And that's the one I would have originally seen day before yesterday when I wanted to find it, thinking it was a church spire. But there's the other one there, look. So they can see each other tip to tip. So that's got to have something to do with it. They can see each other. So it could be triangulation, something like that. There we go. But the mystery, you got those funny things facing out to sea there. And then we've got this up here, look. Got a great big lump of rock there. It says Llewelyn Powys, 13th of August 1884 to the 2nd, looks like, of December 1939 perhaps, yeah. And it says in, I don't know if it does, in living, I don't know what that says. Maybe I can make it out better when I look back, but it looks like some sort of memorial. Very Welsh name indeed. I don't know, perhaps it was a Welsh sheep farmer that came down here and ran the sheep down here or something, I don't know. But yeah, and you got those things there. You got these things here. It's all very interesting to me, to be honest. So I'm glad I took this more inland route. Brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to start heading back now because I want to try and catch the Durdle Door before it gets pitch black. I don't think I'm going to do it, especially considering that weather front is coming in, and it's coming in big time by the look of it. So there we go. Okay, I've come through a gate that looks like you're allowed to go through. Certainly no signs to say I can't. I noticed that this seems to have been seeded with something, I don't know what. So I walked right around the edge, so not to trample a potential crop, unless it's just grass, I don't know. Anyway, there's that thing. And so yeah, I can't see the other one from here, but from the top of that to the top of the other one you can. So I don't know if there's any more ongoing inland, I don't know. I'd have to get to the top to find out. But yeah, it looks like a reinforced concrete type structure. I would say World War II sort of era. So yeah, measurement, something like that. It doesn't look like there was any sort of hole or anything in the top to say drop a beacon or whatever. I don't know. There may have been some signs of a ladder on the other one. Nowhere where I can see you could fix I think they call it a theodolite, the sort of surveying sort of scope that they used. So who knows. Anyway, I might get lucky and that might pass me by if I time it right. As long as I don't walk too fast and walk straight into that weather front, I should be alright. Seems to be heading out towards the other side of, well, really out through Lulworth. Okay, I'll wave goodbye to this monument, or wherever it is, and hit the path back and get to Durdle Door, hopefully before complete nightfall. It's getting really dark now, but there's the Durdle Door down there. I'll see if I can get, I'm not going right down to the seaside, but I'll get down to the path and then walk up the side. That'll be sweet. Anyway, there we go. Okay, I got up that hill without too much difficulty, and I do know that a lot of people struggle up there, including me and my missus when we first tried it. It's quite a slog, especially towards the end. I did catch my breath on that stone, sit down on that stone for a couple of minutes, but apart from that, nothing to report. It's pretty good after 3 hours of pretty arduous walking. Not too hilly today, inland a bit, but still a fair old distance. Anyway, so I'm going to get back now to my butter chicken and kick back for the evening. I've got no drink back there tonight, I decided to do it out tonight. And yeah, just have a warm brew or something, and that's it for the evening. Let's go back and get cosy. yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Mm. Mm. I do. Right, last full day here. Taking it easy today. Had 3 whole days of some pretty decent walks. And yeah, last night viciously cold. I reckon could have gone down as low as about -5. But yeah, cosy inside the cabin. No problem. Anyway, foggy day today, so wouldn't have seen much if I had trekked up the hills. I've been very lucky, really. Not really been hit with a downpour or anything really serious, just cold. And you just dress up accordingly. So there we go. So plan for today is I didn't get up till late, to be honest. Not drinking last night at all. Won't be drinking again tonight. So just about to do a simple pot noodle for lunch. Probably chuck together a pasta carbonara for tea, and then pretty much pack everything away ready for departure by 10 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. I've got unfinished business here, so I will be back, as they say. I will be back. So yeah, got some walks that I need to do in both directions that are unfinished business. Right, so I'm going to do a very simple stew tonight. I was going to do a spaghetti carbonara, but it's all a bit too much. I got to pack down and be away tomorrow morning, so I'm just going to do a simple stew. I've stayed 2 days longer, 2 nights longer than I was anticipating, so I am running a little bit low on grub. So what I'm going to do is just fry off a little bit of bacon quickly in there, and then I'm going to add this big soup, chunky vegetable soup, as like a base, and I'm going to add some extra veg to that to make it into a decent bowl of hearty winter fare. And I'll do some buttered rolls. I may even toast them to go with it, and that'll be absolutely lovely for a winter night's grub. Right, so the reason I'm going away on these trips is not for a holiday as such, not for luxury, it's for walking, fresh air, fitness, etc, etc. So I don't spend much on food. I self-cater at all times. So all this is going to be is stuff that I would be eating at home, or it's leftovers from meals we've had at home that put in the freezer, and now is going to be no exception. It's make do amend, but it will be tasty grub, and it'll be hearty grub for the time of year. So yeah, 3 mushrooms left over, might as well chuck them in. Half an onion left over, might as well chuck that in. There's some greens left over, some leeks and some I think it's pak choy left over, might as well chuck some of that in. And there's a bag of veg here as well, so I'll certainly chuck a carrot or two and a potato in there as well. The rest won't go to waste because it'll be taken back home and used there. So there we are. I'm not a professional chef, cook or anything like that, so if any of the stuff that I do is not exactly 100% up to sort of hygiene standards, so to speak, that's entirely up to me. It's my own consumption. You do it how you see fit. But hopefully I can sow the seed of ideas for cooking when you're out car camping or sort of sort of roughing it like this. Okay, so that's all the veg prepared. I tell you what, I'm actually going to go veggie with this one. I'm not going to bother to put the bacon in. I've eaten a lot of meat this week, so a night off won't do me any harm. Anyway, I'll probably pop some of that pak choy and a bit of that coriander in there as well while it's bubbling away. But that's simply just leftover carrots, half an onion that's left over, some potato, or a potato that I brought from home, thinly sliced so it doesn't take too long to cook. I'm not doing it in the slow cooker today, I'll do it in the crock pot. And that's just some leek. So let's get the base layer in, so to speak, and add and embellish until I've got a meal that's big enough for me. By the way, that's thinly sliced mushrooms, or fairly thin. And yeah, the thinner you slice it, the quicker it will cook. Sunday 3rd of December, up with a lark by my standards. Completely cleaned out and returned back to how it was. Okay. Cleaned the floor best I could, everything put away. So there we are, that's my home for the week. And it's time to wave goodbye. So pod number 3, Durdle Door. Till next time.